The Electric State is a movie that I've been excited about for a little while now. Ever since I saw the trailer, I knew that I was gonna have to check it out right away. And then, about a week ago, Funko announced an entire line of Pops. So, you know what that means, everybody. You've clicked on this video for that reason. We're doing a review today, which I am, like I said, pretty pumped about. The nice thing is about this movie, too, is that it's only coming out on Netflix, so I don't have to worry about going to the theater. We can just watch it in a couple hours when it actually releases. But, like I mentioned, there's a couple hours till the movie actually comes out, and so I thought it'd be fun to check out this first. It is the original novel that released in 2018. It's kind of like a visual novel, and when I saw this, I was like, yeah, I gotta pick it up because I heard there's some really great art inside, and they did a great job translating the book to the movie. Or at least when it comes to the visuals. I don't know exactly about the story. I've kind of been keeping that a bit hidden from me. I don't want to know. So maybe after the movie's actually come out and I've watched it, I will check out this here. But yeah, it is just so interesting. Let me see if I can find you a page. Like, yeah, take a look at this one here, where it is like just the guy in the middle. It's so ominous. And now if you don't know about the Electric State, from what I know is that it's about a girl who's trying to figure out what happened to her brother. But within all of this, there is a lot of technology that is kind of taking over, and there's good robots and bad robots. Besides that, though, I don't really have any clue. And watching the trailer, I did get to see like a little bit of these things. Let me see if I can show you another one here that I thought was really cool. Yeah, this is the one here. It was just a little bit further in the book, but you could see the robot in the window. That is Cosmo, and he's practically like, well, one of the main characters. So anyways, I am really pumped to check this out. And I guess since we've got a little more time, let's also talk about the Funko Pops that released, because there is 5 of them. We've got Keats, played by Chris Pratt, and he looks a little bit different than usual. He's got a lot longer hair. We also have Michelle, played by Millie Bobby Brown. And then there's, of course, Herman and Cosmo that we just talked about a second ago. Herman, I actually don't know much about, so it's going to be fun to learn a little bit more about him. And then the last one that they created was, are you ready for this one? Mr. Peanut. He's actually the reason I've been so excited about this movie, because if you guys don't know, I am a big fan of like advertising characters and ad icons, so when I saw Mr. Peanut, I knew I had to check it out. And now, just to let you know, I was able to get a couple of the Pops, and we'll talk about those ones and we'll show them off after the movie comes out, because maybe there's some hidden things in there that I just don't know about yet. Anyways, though, getting back to the one that I want to show you now, Mr. Peanut. I have the original one that released years ago, but you see, the thing is, he's not as, I don't know, weathered in this figure. He's got too much of a smile going on here. It's a little bit different. And I did order the Mr. Peanut for the Electric State, but the thing is, it was coming from the Funko shop, just didn't make it in time. And so anyways, this is still, I think, a pretty good way to show him off, and I'm hoping that there's some other ad icons throughout the movie. I mean, come on, I'd love to see it. And so, anyways, everybody, I think that is all that I have for you right now, so I'll see you in a bit when the movie comes out. Okay, everybody, I am ready to go. I'm actually up by my computer right now because, like I said earlier, it's on Netflix. I can watch it wherever I want. And anyways, this is exciting. The trailer's just playing behind me. I don't know if you can hear it, but this is gonna be good, and I guess I'll see you when it's done.
Get ready.
I am going to save my brother.
Robots helping humans.
I know, it's nuts. No offense.
Get it all the time.
Alrighty, that was pretty good. It was action-packed, it had some sad moments, and I think overall was pretty well done. And now, like I said before the movie, I was going to show you some of the Pops that did release. And now I only have 3 out of the 5, and I guess we'll start with Keats. And it's a good thing that I waited, because now we know a little bit more about him. I gotta take this one out of the box, because I want to see those keys a little bit closer up, because if you watched the movie, you would know that he has, well, probably about 1 million of them. It's just a nice little detail to include in the figure, and it would have been cool if they made a chase version of him as well, whereas, well, his hair is different. I don't know if it's really a spoiler. I mean, it's not really. He gets his hair cut a little bit later on in the movie, and I think it would have been fun to have both versions. Not a completely different character, but a chase would have been neat. Oh, and if you're wondering if I hunted around for these things, well, I did. I ran over to GameStop, and they didn't have much.
No, I don't think I see any Electric State Pops. But you know what? Creative Cat does kind of look like Cosmo.
It's not close enough, I know. I was trying my best. And now, everyone, let's get into this next one here, which is Michelle, of course played by Millie Bobby Brown. And this is a pretty accurate one. And at first, when I saw this character, I thought it was a headband, but it's actually because she hasn't dyed her hair in a long time, so it's just grown out pretty far. Which totally makes sense if you've seen the movie. It's pretty, not apocalyptic, but like, I guess it kind of is a little bit. Like, there probably wouldn't be hair dye around all the time. Her figure's also holding that paintball gun, and she's got her backpack on as well. Like, pretty well done. And I'm wondering, is this the only other time we've got a Millie Bobby Brown pop outside of, well, of course, Stranger Things? Like, I know she's in Godzilla. She's also in that other, what's that one with Henry Cavill? It's that kind of like, you know, like a mystery movie. I can't think of what it's called. But either way, I don't think either of those she's ever got a pop for. So this might be the only other one, and I could be completely wrong about that, but I can't think of another. Also, now that I think about it, it's kind of funny that they included the paintball gun on this one because she's only holding it for like a few minutes that I can think of in the movie, but I guess it's just nice to have some bonus thing in her hands. And then, everybody, of course, we have Herman. And now I'm guessing this is the regular size for him because he is like way bigger and way smaller. It kind of reminds me of Ant-Man a little bit. Of course, it's different. He's not just like shrinking and growing. He has different size suits, but I do think that this is one of those pops that doesn't really even look like a pop. Oh, and I just noticed on the back side, it actually has Herman. That is really funny, and I love the face on this, and now it's like kind of popified, but also this is pretty much exactly what Herman looks like. He's got a bigger head, so that way, you know, you can kind of have stuff going on in there. Like, it's not a small body, that's for sure. And I think the feet, as well as the arm waving, it's pretty perfect. But yeah, I seriously think it would have been cool if they made like a 10-inch version of Herman, or maybe like a 6-inch one. If the movie does well, I think that would be a really cool thing to see in the future. Oh, and earlier I was talking about how I didn't know much about Herman, and well, now after watching, he was a pretty funny character. I would say one of the more comic relief ones, because of course when it comes to Cosmo here, and you guys can see him on the back of the box, haven't shown this off yet, but yes, I am missing this one, as well as of course that Mr. Peanut. But yeah, I think out of all of them, Herman is definitely supposed to be the funniest, the comic relief out of all of them. Cosmo was pretty funny in some parts too, but also there was a lot more of a connection going on there with Michelle and Cosmo because, well, I don't know. I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't want to spoil too much for you guys. Because if you're thinking of watching it, it's a really nice storyline with the two of them, and I think it really is well fleshed out throughout the movie. And if you're wondering, the movie's like about an hour and 40, an hour and 50, sometime around then. It's a pretty good length. Like, it wasn't like too long or too short. I felt like it was just like a good amount of everything. Oh, and other pops that I would love to see. And now here's the thing. I think they did all of the main characters, but the Ke Huy Quan character that he played of the Doctor, I think that would have been amazing if we got him, as well as possibly the robot version of him. Both of those would have been really fun. And then also Giancarlo Esposito, I don't know his character's name in the movie, but the way that he was wearing that suit to somehow have that face as a pop, that would have been really amazing too. I'm just letting you know because it really was some cool stuff, and I think they would translate well into some other neat pops. So yeah, like I said, if the movie does really, really well, Funko and we get a wave 2, I would love to see both of those. And I guess while I'm at it, I could include the Mr. Peanut again. Like I said though, it's not the same. And I think it was a really great movie, and if you guys want to know if I would recommend it, yeah, it's a fun one. If you've got Netflix, why not throw it on? It was a pretty great watch. And if you're into like advertising icons, and I also thought actually, now that I mentioned this, I thought it worked really well with, like, you know, what's going on in the world right now. It almost reminded me of a Black Mirror episode. And I know that there is a new season of Black Mirror coming out, so this kind of works hand in hand. And now, of course, it is a little bit funnier than Black Mirror, that's for sure, but still, it gave me similar vibes. And well, anyways, everybody, there we go. That is all that I have for you today, and I hope you guys did enjoy. If you want to see more movie reviews from me in the future, please hit that subscribe button, because I'm going to be doing a bunch this year. But anyways, have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow!